Hi guys, Mary here and welcome to a new edition of Books and Cookies Book Talk. You know, in many of my videos I mentioned the fact that I often buy only the first book in a book series, and I don't think you guys really understand how big of a problem I have with this. So I thought that in today's video I would show you guys all the series that I have started but never finished. These are all series that have at least 2 books released, if not all of them, and you're gonna understand that I have issues with this, okay? First up, we have The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I have no idea how to pronounce her name. The Raven Cycle currently has 3 books out, with another one scheduled to be released at the beginning of next year, I think. I have a love-hate relationship with this book. I actually started reading it twice. Abandoned it the first time because I just couldn't get into it. But the second time around, actually got to finish it and actually enjoyed it, and I do want to continue the series. But I do not own the next 2 books that are out, and I've read this book like a year ago. It's a really interesting series, it's very original, and even though I know a lot of people had issues with the first book, with getting into the world that the writer has created, and I actually really like it. You know, it's a book that focuses a lot on friendship, and I love books that do this. So, guys, this is Meow. This is what we named him. It's the kitty that I presented to you guys a while ago and mentioned that we were trying to find a home for him. We haven't managed to find any home for this little fellow, so he's gonna stay with us. Say hi to the people. Wait your paw. Wave your paw. Next up, we have Soul Screamers by Rachel Vincent. You guys, I love this book. I don't think that I have talked about it yet. This series is absolutely phenomenal. I think it's about 13 or 14 books long. It's about banshees, you know, those mythical creatures that wail when a person dies. And it's so good. Oh my god. I just had the biggest surprise of my life when I started reading this book, because I just could not put it down. There are 3 more volumes that are bind upside these, and I have not got them yet. But I want to so badly. I need to continue this series because I know it's gonna only get better. I need to buy them. Really do. I need to get rid of this problem. Next up, we have Angel Fall, more accurately Penryn and the End of Days series by Susan E. The last book of the series, End of Days, has come out in May, and I could not afford to get it when it came out, and I still have not finished the series. I actually did a reread of the first 2 books in the series, so Angel Fall and World After, back at the end of April. And I still haven't gotten around to reading End of Days. I hope to be able to soon, because I need to know how the series ends, because it's absolutely phenomenal. I have talked about Angel Fall before in one of my videos. It's so good. It has angel apocalypse, and it's just an image of angels that we're not accustomed to. It has such a kick-ass female character in Penryn, and she has such a super awesome relationship with her sister. And it's just so good, you have to read it. You have to read it. It's so good. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. The Grisha Trilogy. I read this book last year. I think it was, I don't know, June, July. It was summer. And a year later, this is still the only book that I have read in this trilogy. And I want to finish it, but I do not own the next 2 books in the series, and this is a problem. I love the setting of this book. I love the universe that was inspired by Russian, that has a Russian influence. I love the Darkling, like, dude. That dude is so awesome. It's so awesome. I've read this a while ago. I am not able to explain it properly. I will just tell you guys that it's so interesting. It has an awesome female character. It has such a unique setting and idea, and I really enjoyed it. I recommend reading these books and maybe getting them all together. Like, learn from my mistakes, you know, learn from my mistakes. I should learn from my mistakes, but I'm not. Next up, we have the Mara Dyer trilogy that I have read the first 2 books in the trilogy, but I do not own the third. And the second book finishes in such a huge cliffhanger that I want to beat myself with this book and with the other one until I manage to buy the third one. This is so interesting. I have no idea why I'm not seeing more people reading this. Maybe because I've kind of jumped on the bandwagon a bit late. But it's so interesting. So this girl is basically dreaming, having visions of people dying, and then they do. And you know, that's not something really fun to have visions about, you know. And it has such an awesome love story. I really love it. I love the boy interest in the book, and I need to find out how it ends. Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. You're starting to see a pattern here, you know? The study series, this one is 3 books long, and I know there are a few other books that are set in the same universe but have a different protagonist, I think. But this was so interesting. It veered a little bit closer to the adult spectrum, and I love that. And it's just so interesting. I love the main character. I love her so much. She's so awesome. She's a criminal, and she's given the option of either going to die, like being hanged, or becoming a food taster for the king. I think that, no, it's the general, the commander, because it's not kings and queens, it's commanders and military stuff. And of course, she chooses to be the food taster, and she has to detect the poisons and learn, and it's so good. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. Another Maggie Stiefvater book, Shiver. I have not actually read this one, but I know it will happen. I will read it, and I will obviously only own the first book in the series. Do you see my problem? And you know what? The saddest part is, I'm sure I've forgotten at least 1 or 2 books that I own that are part of series, and that I do not own the rest of the series. So yeah, I think I'm doing good, you know? I think this is just swell. It's swell. I have a problem. So guys, this is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to hear if you guys have any book series that you have started but not finished, and you only own the first book like me. Please tell me I'm not alone in this. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, books for the soul, cookies for the tummy. Bye everyone!